a publicist of Top Rank anymore. After working for Bob Arum for 21 years, I just 2 weeks ago, I now work for Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Wow. I can't say anything right now.
I'm still a Manny Pacquiao fan, a big Manny Pacquiao fan.
You surprise me.
That doesn't mean that I left Manny Pacquiao. No. He's the best fighter in the world. I'm not leaving Manny Pacquiao.
Oh my God, Bill.
Or are we?
I was gone
Are
for a long time because of the duty I had to do, and now I call you and you give me this news.
Well,
it's a surprise.
You're the only one that cares. Your audience doesn't care, but it's no big deal. Yes, I mean, 21 years, and I love Bob Arum. I mean, I really love Bob Arum, but just it just worked out, and now I'm working for Oscar De La Hoya and Richard Schaefer, who I always loved. You know, when Oscar won the gold medal in 1992 in Barcelona in the Olympics, as soon as he turned professional, I started working on his fights, and I worked on all his fights until he went out on his own. So I have a history with Oscar. I like him a lot. I like him as a fighter, and I like him as a person. And Richard Schaefer, I've always liked him. So even though Bob Arum has been fighting with Oscar and Richard, it didn't affect me because I love them all.
Right. And your daughter is still with him?
My daughter is taking care of her 3 children. She has 2 teenage daughters.
Okay.
And Ali, I know you know about these things. She wants to devote a lot of time to her teenage daughters.
All right.
So she's on a hiatus now, taking care of her 3 children.
You know, Bill, I think with this development, I could just foresee the fruition of the deal between Pacquiao and Mayweather. What do you think?
Well, that would make me very happy. And you're not the only person that has said that. Maybe you can bring them back together. I'm not that powerful, but I know spiritually I want them to get along and co-promote fights and always have.
That's right, because definitely it will be Mayweather and will be also in cooperation with Schaefer and De La Hoya, correct?
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Well, I know, you're the expert speaking for all the groups and all the boxing fans today. We know that Congressman Manny Pacquiao is now in town and getting ready for his last 3 weeks of training for his World Super Welterweight Championship. Now, I'd like you to give more light to this. You think Manny Pacquiao will actually not gain more than Antonio Margarito in this fight?
Well, the only thing I'm concerned about, look, he's much smaller than Margarito. Margarito will be the biggest person he ever fought in his entire career. So he's smaller than him, and he's giving away size. But he's much faster than Margarito. And that speed and determination that he has, he should win the fight. I'm only concerned about one thing, and that is the distractions. Now that he's become a congressman, he's in demand. He was always in demand, but now he's in demand. So when he was training in the Philippines, every so often he would have to leave training camp for a day or two and kind of break the momentum and so on. And so that's the only thing that concerns me. But and I think it concerns Freddie Roach a little bit too. But now for these last 3 weeks to go, he's with Freddie Roach at the Wild Card Gym. He flew in Saturday night, and he started his training at the Wild Card today. And I think that in this last 3 weeks, there will be no break in the action. And I think Manny will be Manny. But I have a little bit of concern about that. But he should win the fight.
Really? So that's your prediction?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my prediction is that he will win the fight. It's going to be an entertaining fight. It will be more entertaining than the Clottey fight because Clottey was defensive and just wanted to block all those punches and didn't do much on the offense. When he did throw punches, he was kind of effective, but he just didn't want to. He didn't gamble. He played it safe. Now Margarito, on the other hand, is a gambler. He is the typical, stereotypical Mexican warrior, and he's going to be coming forward, and Manny's going to be coming forward, and because of that, there's going to be a clash of titans, and it's going to be entertaining as long as it lasts.
And what round that we're talking about?
Rounds? You know, Awi, if I knew the rounds, I would be so rich that I would be in Monte Carlo now on the Riviera.
You are rich now because you knew the rounds even before.
I don't even
being
know.
an expert.
I don't know if it's going to be a decision or a knockout. I really don't. But Manny should win it. Manny should win the fight.
But knowing Antonio Margarito, who they call the Tijuana Tornado,
Right.
and knowing the experience with Shane Mosley, you think he'll be more careful this time? Because what was the story about? Was it really something that they put in his gloves?
You see, it hasn't been proven to me that he knew that illegal substance was in his gloves. It hasn't. There's a reasonable doubt. In other words, if I was sitting on a jury, I would vote not guilty because they didn't prove the case. They didn't. There's a reasonable doubt. I don't know. There's no question that the trainer slipped those inserts in there. But as far as proving that Margarito was aware of it, I have a reasonable doubt. I would vote him innocent.
Would you compare this with Manny Pacquiao against Oscar de la Hoya when Oscar was taller and Pacquiao was small but fast? Is it the same almost with Antonio Margarito?
Well,
Antonio is
Margarito's
tall.
even bigger than Oscar, and of course Oscar. I have to say this about Oscar. Oscar wasn't right for that fight. You know, he came down in weight from 154, and he was supposed to weigh 147. He weighed 145 and a half. He took off too much weight, and it weakened him. I'm not saying that Manny wouldn't have won the fight anyway, but I know that Oscar took off too much weight, and it weakened him. Margarito, on the other hand, is not taking off weight. He will not be weak. He's a big, strong guy. He's not as old as Oscar. And so I think that Margarito will it'll be a good battle as long as it lasts. Now, the last 12 rounds, it's going to be a good battle. People will not be booing. They will not be bored. They'll be entertained and excited. That's what I think. Now, I'm saying all these wonderful things about Bob Arum's fight, so the people will buy the pay-per-view, and I don't even work for Bob Arum.
That's right.
I'm not even going to send him a bill. That's what I truly believe, Ali.